Smackdown Hot Takes is where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes from the previous episode of Raw, Smackdown, and or PLEs. And today, well, I got some hot takes, and we gotta get them because today is the day one of the road to WrestleMania. It is Royal Rumble weekend, and oh, buddy, I am so excited. Let's get started with a very hot take. New York buddy Jacob Fatu's hype is all fraudulent. People like him because other people told them to like him because he's another Samoan, Rock's cousin. So let me just stop there. Are you telling me the only reason that I like Jacob Fatu is because someone told me to? No. If anything, I am the guy telling other people to like Jacob Fatu. You go back to my channel, I have a Who's Jacob Fatu channel way before he came out and debuted. But that said, come on. I don't think me saying, hey buddy, you should like Jacob Fatu, because you know what? I've been telling a lot of people for a long time, hey buddy, you should like Gunther, and a lot of people still tell me, oh, he's boring and lame. So I don't think that's it. And the fact that he's The Rock's cousin, yeah, come on. I mean, seriously, you're telling me, you look at Jacob Fatu, you look at those moonsaults, you look at those, the way he carries himself, he has an it factor, and you're telling me that it's all because of The Rock? That's the reason why I subconsciously like Jacob Fatu? Hey man, you've got a hot take, and I respect your opinion, but I also think it's wrong. I think it's just flat out wrong. Jacob Fatu has an it factor to him that not everybody does. Tama Tonga is also The Rock's cousin. And why isn't everybody just saying, oh, Tama Tonga is just so amazing? Tama Tonga is just now starting to really get over because of the little things he does, like yeah, or how he performs in the ring, or how he sells things, or whatever. He's just starting to get over it. He's not even close to the level that Jacob Fatu is at. So you can't just say, well, it's because he's The Rock's cousin. There's been plenty of Rock's cousins that haven't made it. And then what else does New York buddy say? You're still my buddy, though. You're still my buddy. I'm your Houston buddy. Another thing is, we're supposed to believe he can easily beat Braun Strowman when Braun Strowman was unkillable and destroying Reigns just as easily. Hey man, I love Braun Strowman circa 2017 when he was killing Roman Reigns. I'm not finished with you yet. That was an amazing Braun Strowman. He was put over by the Big Show. He was put over by Mark Henry. But 8 years later, whether it was Braun Strowman's fault or not, he was kind of booked poorly and has been on the decline. And it's 8 years later, dude. We gotta build new stars. So just like the Big Show and Mark Henry put over Braun Strowman is now putting over Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu, the future. Because Braun Strowman, he is no longer the future. He is like, a dependable hand and gonna be like, he's like a very solid beast, a monster, but it's time to make way for new people, whether or not they are The Rock's cousin. Cameron, 101 Gamer 9, Jacob is going to do great things doing his solo run. Yeah, he's already off to a hot start, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this Jacob Fatu. I was really worried last night when him and Priest got together. I was like, oh, please, don't let Priest just Gunther him, in that I didn't want Priest to just dominate Jacob Fatu, because we don't need no, character development with Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is perfect the way he is. I love everything about him, and yeah, he's doing great and will be doing even more stupendous things in weeks to come. Cruz Ito Laura, we're about to start hearing Nick say tonight you'll be going one on Okay, so this is funny. Okay, we're about to start hearing Nick say tonight you'll be going one-on-one with Damian Priest. Oh no, I can't even do it right. He's trying to say like Teddy Long saying one-on-one with the Undertaker, because Teddy Long would either put you in a tag team match player or one-on-one with the Undertaker, and he's about to say that, because Damian Priest has been compared to the Undertaker. That's really funny. I messed up the delivery, but yeah, that would be hilarious if suddenly suddenly Nick starts saying, one-on-one with Damian Priest. I love that. You have to be a SmackDown nerd to get that one. Steve Jobless, I like that name. You have to be an Apple nerd, I guess, for that one. SmackDown sucks, and that's a fact. I love, and that's a fact. Not SmackDown sucks. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. That's a fact. And, well, you know what? He put facts in all capital letters, so it must be a fact. I will say SmackDown is really, really long now. That is 3 hours. I would think that it would maybe it wouldn't be a fact if it would be an opinion if they went back down to 2 hours. SmackDown is having trouble finding their 3 hour groove. So I feel your pain. Judy Angela Jetson, I think I missed something. Did they say what the contract addendum was? I thought the point of the contract signing on Saturday Night Main Event was for both belts to be surrendered, but KO just took his winged eagle back. I think the Rumble will help SmackDown a lot because it seems like we're just waiting around for the Rumble. So excited. I love Judy Angela Jetson in that there is some negatives, but at the end she's always just positive about what's about to happen. But yeah, I think we all missed something, or WWE missed something, because I was waiting for the stipulation addendum to be added, and they didn't add nothing. They just took the belts away, put them up top, and that was that. And then, KO took the belt. That was kind of weird. I'm just taking the belt back. I mean, that was a heel thing to do, but you would think that it wouldn't be possible for him to do that. What's the story here? So, yeah, they totally said they were going to do something with the contract, an addendum. They didn't do it, and then KO just took the belt back. Kind of weird, but like you, I think the Rumble will... finally the Rumble, we can finally get to some really solid storytelling. Even though Kevin and Cody has been good, I'm looking forward to more. Jamie K, Tama Tonga deserves better than being a fall guy for Jacob. He's too talented for the role. I agree and disagree. I do want Tama Tonga to not just be the fall guy. However, I do realize that there does need to be a fall guy. And when you have 4 people in the ring, one of them, Damian Priest, that, looks like he's going to be the next big thing on SmackDown. LA Knight, who, let's be honest, if he loses too much more, he's going to completely fall down the card. We need to keep this guy relevant. And then Jacob Fatu, the future of the WWE. And then Tama Tonga. Out of those 4 guys, I would have to say, even though I love Tama Tonga, I even like Tama Tonga more than Damian Priest. But when I'm being objective about it, Tama Tonga was the guy that needed to eat the pin. So yes, I agree that Tama deserves more, but it was also the right call in my opinion. But what about you? What do you deserve? I say you deserve this amazing belt right here. You know why? Because you're an amazing subscriber. Yes, and if you're not a subscriber, then please consider becoming one, because once you become a subscriber and then you start commenting on these videos, well, you're eligible to win this belt right here that I'm going to give away at 10,000 subscribers on my path to become a full-time YouTuber. I'm trying to quit the day job to create YouTube videos about wrestling all the time, and I'm going to give away this belt every 10,000 subscribers. I'm on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to give away a belt. So I'm giving away 10 of these bad boys right here. We're very close to 10,000, so it's put up or shut up time, and I'm going to put up because I just talk too much to shut up. So please comment below, subscribe, and hit the bell notification as well. And if you're so kind, maybe a thumbs up, and then you can get this belt that you deserve, helping me quit my day job to do YouTube full-time. Next hot take. SRP Fee 7MI. Melo should have won. I know he is the future of WWE, but they are literally burying him right now. What if this turns into another Austin Theory situation? I don't see Austin as the face of the company anymore. Yeah, I know. Now, someone said that, TTJC, I believe, actually said that this is Melo's rookie year, and they're making him overconfident, and that's part of his story arc, and so it's okay for him to lose, but but I don't know. I see that point, but I'm kind of more with SRP here in that I don't want him to just continuously lose. I'm more afraid he's going to become Dolph Ziggler, some guy who can sell really well, decent on the mic. In fact, I think Carmelo's a little better than Dolph, but just really good on the mic, can sell really well, make you look good, and then just lose. And, I'm sorry, but you can only lose so much. People say losses don't matter, but I don't agree with it. Eventually, the losses do add up. Now, there are some people the losses don't matter to. Like, Seth Rollins has lost a lot of times. Even Drew McIntyre has lost a lot of times, but they're at this, like, elite level right now. Carmelo is not there, and he needs victories. Donatello Leonardo, I love the idea of Damian working with Jacob and figured they would eventually do this angle, but I'm not sure about how I feel it being right now since neither of them should be losing matches right now. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And I thought we were having an LA Knight Jacob Fatu program, but it seems like Jacob Fatu is just looking past LA Knight and going for everybody else, which is kind of weird because it doesn't make LA Knight look really good. But yeah, Damian Priest, Jacob Fatu, it was definitely cool. But, like, who does this serve in the long run? Because neither of them, I agree, neither of them can lose right now. We can't just roll everybody up every week and say, well, that was just a fluke victory. So, little worried about this. On the surface level, I'm excited. On the just underneath though, I'm worried because Triple H tends to let the faces win, and I don't want Jacob. I get it. Jacob eventually has to lose, but not yet. Not yet. Chelsea 19, one day, Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu. One day, could be one day soon. Damian King. Okay, a few things I want to cover. While it's great the tag team titles will be defended at a big show finally, the bad news is the Motor City Machine Guns will probably not be in the Rumble match. I was hoping they'd be in it. Yeah, it's stacked. It's stacked. I don't think there'll be any tag teams other than maybe the New Day in the Royal Rumble, and that's because Kofi, he is synonymous with the Rumble and the way he saves himself from getting eliminated. So I believe that Kofi and maybe Xavier Woods, but I could see maybe only Kofi being in the Rumble. It's just a stacked Rumble. Priest-Fatu feud is going to be fire. I already told you my opinion on that. Just a little worried for Fatu. And I have a strange feeling that Liv will win the Rumble. Well, she has been the final two, the last two Rumbles. I hope she doesn't win because I don't want her to feud with Rhea Ripley. God, I don't want that to happen. And to be quite honest, she had a great year last year. I don't want them to just push her aside and forget all about it, but I would like for someone new to win. And when I say new, I don't mean Charlotte Flair. I mean Io Sky. Becky Devon, WWE has a problem with letting the heels lose. I think the heels should be getting more wins. Yeah, I really do. Now, I will say, on Saturday Night Main Event, most of the heels did win. So, just being a little fair there. But yeah, I think every face won on SmackDown this week. It does seem like the heels are just eating loss after loss, which is surprising because historically, Triple H was a heel for his entire career, well, after DX, so it's kind of like, hey, Triple H, don't you remember that the heels, they need to win, so when the faces win, it's even that much better? So, I'm with you, Ducky. Negligence. Jimmy Uso showing up and showing out. My dog came with a absolute crazy bag. He pulling out new moves left and right. Man, I love how Jey Uso can't do the same darn thing. Jimmy is going places. Yeah, I noticed that too. Jimmy Uso was adding moves to his repertoire. I'm very happy for that because I do think Jey needs it. Now, I don't think that Jey is a garbage wrestler, but when you're as over as Jey is, if he does want to step it up and take it to the next level, he needs to start adding a couple moves here and there to his repertoire. One move a month would do wonders in just freshening up how we see Jey Uso, and I'm glad that Jimmy Uso is doing that. And let's just see how far it goes. Hopefully, as brothers, they can kind of push each other. Maybe Jey can help Jimmy with the crowd to get over, and then Jimmy can help Jey, push him to get a couple new moves here and there. Kill a Bone. I think it would have been a good story if Fatu keeps getting disqualified from matches because he's just keeping breaking his opponents. Honestly, that wouldn't be that bad because then it could keep everybody a little strong. I don't know. Did it keep Braun Strowman strong? He didn't lose, but he just got demolished. I know, like we said, Triple H doesn't want the good guys to just get pinned, so maybe that's a happy medium there. I guess I wouldn't mind it if it was like for 2 or 3 months. Sorry, 1800, this show was atrocious. Man, this stuff just sucks. I can't do it anymore. Like, what was even going on? Does anything that happens affect tomorrow or the next few months? No. Also, why at 6? Make sure there's some ketchup on those fries. You know, put the fries in the bag you're washed. Yeah, wear the Wyatt 6. I heard one of them is injured, but that's the benefit of having a stable. You don't have to just rely on one person. Even if Uncle Howdy was the guy that was injured, just have his minions do the fighting. You know, how many times we got to hear about The Miz being so afraid of the Wyatt 6 if the Wyatt 6 haven't been seen in like, what, 2 months? Oh, Kuma, 53-35. I think SmackDown needs to let their heels flourish more. With the exception of Jacob Fatu, every other heel in tonight's show was basically comic relief. Now, DIY, I think, is a good blend of they do have funny moments, but they're still very much a heel tag team. But yeah, you're right. We need to let the heels get more of an edge to them, other than just Jacob Fatu. Shawan, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been? We got Jacob Fatu should win the Royal Rumble. Roman should win the Elimination Chamber, and we get Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. That is going to be cinema at WrestleMania. Well, if we did what you wanted, we couldn't do that because if Jacob won the Royal Rumble, he would go against the champion. Unless you're saying that at the Elimination Chamber, Roman won a title, well, then I guess we could do that, but, yeah, I wouldn't mind Jacob versus Roman. In fact, I thought that's where we were leading all year at WrestleMania, but I think it's too soon for Jacob Fatu to win the actual Royal Rumble, even though I would personally love it. I could see him going on a tear and eliminating like 8 people, 9 people, but to win the Rumble, I don't think it's his year. But I think it will happen, maybe like 2 or 3 years from now because the main event scene is so unbelievably stacked right now. Jacob's the future, not necessarily the present of the main event scene. Tis Mickey, Damian Priest and LA Knight is the most random tag team I've ever seen. Laughing face emoji. Yeah, you know, LA Knight just wants to beat up Jacob Fatu. He'll team with anybody. Also, if Jacob and Damian have a one-on-one match, it will go a minimum of 3 days. The way they keep taking finishers and keep fighting, that's funny. Yeah, you know what? They do eat a lot of finishers. Like, okay, well, you put your best move on me, well, you gotta do it 5 more times before I'll take a loss. And also, who does Santos think he is? Yeah, Santos definitely thinks he's more important than he is. It's like, Santos, when was the last time you guys won anything? But you know what? I'm kind of starting to like Santos. To Phil Stewart, number 1, I would just love to see Damian Priest versus Jacob. A lot of people want to see that after Royal Rumble and have a match against each other at the Elimination Chamber. Or what if they were just in the Elimination Chamber and that's kind of where they had their moment? Because I'm still a little afraid of a one-on-one if Jacob is going to be the loser in that. Bold prediction, most eliminations, man. Jacob Fatu, final 5. We got John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Jey Uso. Ooh, that'd be good. Jey Uso. I thought you were going to say Drew McIntyre. For the winners, Jey Uso or CM Punk. I would love Jey Uso, but I don't think he's gonna. And then the women's rumble. Well, most elimination, Bianca Belair. Final 4, Becky, Bianca, Jade, and then Io Sky. Winner, Io Sky. I hope Io, but I think they're going to play it a little safer, but I hope Io. Hardy, not really a hot take, but I love what Shinsuke is doing. He's kind of like a ghost-like gimmick right now, just appearing backstage, lurking like Michael Myers is really intriguing. It feels to me that it has given him a good aura, and it will be hype for the next time he appears. I do agree with that, but I want to see more also in front of the camera, or vignettes, or I want him saying why he's not defending the title. I want him to say nobody deserves the title. Give me a reason why he's not defending it, but I do like him lurking in the background everywhere. So I did appreciate that. Chelsea Silk again, Jacob Fatu is right. He's been locked up before, and Damian Priest has never been locked up before. Well, just because you've never been locked up doesn't mean you're from the streets. I mean, you don't have to go to jail to have street cred. good. But I will say that going to jail does definitely help the aura of Jacob Fatu. So kids, the moral of the story, if you want to be a success in WWE, go to jail. No, forget it. Forget that I even said that. But I will say that WWE using his jail time is brilliant for his character because it does add a whole new threat level that we're not used to seeing in WWE. Jamie K, all right, Chop. I won't say Jimmy greater than Jay for a third time, but Jimmy is absolutely leveling up his game each week. Put some respect on Big Jim. Yes, I have seen that he is leveling up, and I am becoming a believer in Big Jim. I'm still thinking that Jay is on the greater side of the equation, but if Jimmy continues what he's been doing, then I'm not going to be able to die much longer. Who is the better brother overall? Monster Jam Brawny, if Zelina Vega really is on SmackDown, I think she should be the one to take the belt off Chelsea sooner or later. She is really on SmackDown. The trade did happen. I wouldn't mind her being a U.S. champion. She is an excellent mid-card champion. However, I would rather her go with Andrade. But you know what? Why not both? Why not be a manager and a U.S. champion? Raphael at Air. We got R-Truth doesn't disappoint. Him calling Nick Aldis Adam Pearce with hair, and accent is comedy gold. LA Knight might work with R-Truth real soon. That would be kind of a funny pairing, R-Truth and LA Knight. I don't know. I don't know if I would want LA Knight to be part of a comedy act, but I don't know. What else are you doing with the guy? Number 2, I'm loving the feud between Jimmy and Carmelo Hayes. They have great chemistry, and I hope they compete in a best of 7. I do like them together. The problem is I don't want Carmelo Hayes to have to only pick up wins in a best of 7 series. I want Carmelo Hayes to start picking up wins. If you got to call more people up on NXT to be jobbers, that's fine, because I don't want Carmelo Hayes to be the jobber that was called up. I want other people to be the jobbers, not Carmelo Hayes. But I do like their feud. And then number 3, 3-Hour SmackDown is doing wonders for the mid-card and tag team. It produces a great match between Andrade and Miz, as well as develop Legado and Pretty Deadly. I do see the tag team division as the ones benefiting the most, so I am happy there. Even though I don't like 3-Hour SmackDowns, there are benefits. Plus, you are right, the mid-card division is starting to see benefits as well. Jenna Sinatra, R-Truth thinks SmackDown is Raw, and he thinks he should form a group with Damian Priest and LA Knight. That, like Tiz Mickey said, that's a very random pairing, but I don't know, it's kind of like it could work. It could work. R-Truth has a way of making things work. K Dizzle, I hate what LA Knight has been regulated to after being such a great U.S. champion. Yeah, I agree. Like, the dude is literally just chasing Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu they should be on a collision course, but Jacob Fatu was looking past him. LA Knight was a good champion. He defended the belt a decent amount of time for the short amount of time he had it. I definitely don't like what they've done with LA Knight. And then we got a Cal. Jimmy rolling Mello was good. Yeah, Man, I'm so torn. I'm liking the Jimmy character, but I love Mello. I'm so torn on that. And then Cody didn't even show up for his own show this week, but Punk did. That was surprising. The Punk segment was really good. I really enjoyed Punk showing up, but yeah, where was Cody? I know he was in town, the press conference. Why doesn't Triple H write Cody on the shows? I don't get it. I don't get why we don't put our champions on the show. I know it's 100% Triple H booking it like that because Cody Rhodes was there. Cody Rhodes is half the time doing dark matches after the SmackDowns that he doesn't appear on. Why don't we book Cody? He's not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, it was allowed and okay to do it, and it made sense, but not Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes should be on every single SmackDown. And let me tell you something also. When he was at the press conference, okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a press conference or a kickoff show for Royal Rumble, and Cody Rhodes, he showed up. And Cody Rhodes was actually pretty freaking entertaining. And lately, Cody Rhodes has only been, entertaining and interesting when he was in his tracksuit and he's all mean and fired up. But no, he was in his 3-piece suit at the kickoff event before SmackDown, and he was very friendly and a good babyface. I think that WWE is telling Cody how to present himself, and I think it's hurting Cody's credibility with the crowd, and he's losing fans day by day by presenting himself a certain way and not showing up on SmackDown, and I'm beginning to believe that is the fault of how they are booking him to just, or what they're telling him, and it's like, guys, just let the dude be himself, because go and watch the kickoff show of Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes was, I was liking him. I was liking him. He was saying, bring back Sheamus's old song. Like, Cody's got it in him. We just got to let him be himself, I guess. I don't know. He should have been on the show, and I don't understand why he wasn't. You're doing him no favors. Triple H. And those are your hot takes, so I appreciate every single one of you. I will see you for the, we're going to do a live stream of Royal Rumble tonight. Then we'll do a review tonight, and then we'll do hot takes for the Royal Rumble tomorrow, and we are on that road to WrestleMania. Guys, girls, have a great day. How could you not have a great day? It's the Royal Rumble day. It's going to be a beautiful day. You have one of those.